With the inaction of the Minnesota Vikings on the offensive line in free agency, you have to wonder about their belief in the current group of young linemen on the roster, notably third-year pro Oli Udoh. Love Oli. In his press conference, head coach Mike Zimmer mentioned that Udoh could actually start potentially as one of the replacements for Riley Reiff at left tackle. And low-key, I think Udoh is a sneaky good bet to be starting for the Vikings week 1 somewhere. Someplace on the offensive line, and I think the PRIDE of Elon is ready. So let's talk about him today. Background, 6'5 and a half, 323, started 45 games for Elon University, all at right tackle. Was a 2018 first team All-CAA. Combine, 95th percentile for wingspan, strength, and size. The short shuttle, did run a 5.05 5.40, no problem, no big deal. Looked great in camp as a rookie 2019. Preseason stud, recorded a 74.6 PFF grade in pass blocking, only allowed 2 pressures and 53 snaps, 0 sacks, playing right tackle. Redshirted through most of that season until week 17, played in the meaningless game against the Bears, and performed well. Pancake Khalil Mack just got after it on 31 snaps, showing the raw strength and athleticism, and had more bounce in his feet and looked very comfortable in pass sets. It was very impressive for a small school rookie coming into the NFL. 2020, I thought that he had big opportunities on the offensive line, but was on the COVID reserve list for the bulk of training camp. Never really got any traction going. So some possible Oli Udoh scenarios. He could start at left tackle, which I think this would be the biggest question mark. Unproven commodity, tossed on the blind side, a position that he's never played in a formal game. Did get some work at left tackle towards the end of training camp, but starting right tackle. O'Neal moves to left tackle. Now, this is somewhat tricky, but also somewhat likely, even though it does have the most moving parts and it involves Ezra Cleveland remaining at guard. But it's the position that Oli has the most experience with, and O'Neal will be sublime at left tackle, played it great at Pittsburgh. I'm sure that he could transition over. And then lastly, starting guard, where this one makes a lot of sense. He's got the anchor and the quickness to be able to operate inside. You still have O'Neal at right tackle. You have Ezra kicking out to his natural position left tackle, and Oli in a guard, likely right guard. Also remember, after Drew Samia got hurt with his quote-unquote practice injury, he was competing, quote-unquote, with Ezra for that right guard spot. So they eventually obviously went to Ezra. But either way, the team may really like what they have in Oli Udoh. He has the size, he has the length, he has the best anchor on the team, and heading to year 3, they might feel that he's ready, because that is a big-time jump from Elon to the NFL. Year 1 wasn't ready. Maybe year 2, with a full training camp, if there was preseason last year, maybe they would have had a little bit more faith. But year 3, I think he might be good to go. Hence why they didn't overpay in free agency for offensive linemen. Because you look at what Austin Blythe signed for, Kyle Long signed for, what Ethan Postage signed for, you're like, I mean, the Vikings couldn't top that, even Kevin Zeitler, but you're like, oh, maybe they didn't overpay, maybe they didn't break the bank. It's like, hey, we would like to have you, but only at this price point, only at X, because, hey, if it doesn't work out, we got Oli Udoh, and he's going to be starting somewhere. Now, this should not dissuade them from taking O-line in the draft. I mean, if Darius Slater or AVT is there at 14, go ahead. Or you got Trey Smith or Ben Cleveland or Kendrick Green or whoever in the 3rd round, or Tristan Hodge later on, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But I'm bullish on Oli Udoh, like I have been ever since he got here as a 6th round pick, as well as 2020 7th round pick Kyle Hinton. I think that, man, with a full offseason and actual preseason games, seeing what these guys can do, and if it actually is a true competition on the offensive line, you're not just going to hand jobs to Rashad Hill and Dakota Dozier. I think these guys could really win the day. 2 small school wizards who might have needed some time to acclimate to the pro game, but ready to rock and roll 21. Woo! The cupboard ain't bare, man. Like, I understand the disappointment of not getting the big shiny new object in free agency, but it be what it be. Let's roll on. Let's get things going. Be your thoughts. Oli Udoh, ready to start? Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support that work? Pull some in the Venmo. But until next time, Skull, production value.